everyone, this is Stephen Balch, your instructor for Legal Environment of Business online at Ozarka College. Today what I thought I'd do is give you just a short introduction to this course. Specifically, I'm going to go over the high points of the syllabus with you and just kind of show you where things are for this course in My Ozarka. So when you first go into My Ozarka, of course, you'll see a list of your courses that you're taking this semester. And when you click on this particular course, you will see information about the course here at the top. And then you'll see any announcements that I've posted for the class right below the course information there. And I will be posting announcements as we go through the semester. So always check the course page at least once a day just to kind of keep yourself up on any announcements that I posted and to remind yourself of things that are coming up due and so forth. You'll notice on the left-hand side of the page there are links that allow you to navigate to various parts of My Ozarka and for this particular course. And the first one's activities, and you'll notice it goes all the way down in alphabetical order there. The one link that I want to start with today is the syllabus. So let's go ahead and click on the syllabus link there. And you'll notice that at the top of the syllabus it has, of course, information about this course. And it has my information, including my name, phone number, email address, and so forth, my office hours. So just kind of look through that. I have taught this particular Legal Environment of Business course several times in the past. I've been here teaching at Ozarka for about 25 years. This is my 26th year. And I've taught this particular course several of those years. Not every year, but just about every one of those years. So I'm very familiar with the course and the outcomes for the course and so forth. Just kind of look through that contact information. Of course, since this is an online class, most of you are not going to be able to come and meet with me in person when you have questions. And so you're probably either going to need to use course mail to send me a message, and I'll show you that in a minute. Or you can also, if you want to meet with me face-to-face, but you don't want to actually meet in person, what we can do is set up a virtual meeting through Google Meet. That's available by appointment. So if you want to meet with me that way, I'm very open to that. Just you'll need to give me a little bit of heads up on that so that we can let me know a little bit before so that we can set that up. Okay? So just kind of look through that. Let me know if you have any questions. Like I said, I have taught this course several times in the past. I really enjoy teaching this course. I know how important it is for business people to understand the laws that regulate business. And so I definitely enjoy teaching this class. Hopefully you will learn a lot this semester that will help you in your career. And so I'm really looking forward to it. So let's just kind of go over the main parts of the course syllabus. By the way, this course syllabus is like a contract. And so it is important to read it. And we're actually going to learn about business contracts in this class and the various elements that are required to make a contract legal and so forth, ways to get out of a contract and so forth. And so this syllabus is an example of a contract. It's a contract between you and me and the college. It outlines the responsibilities of all those parties involved in the contract. All right? So just kind of keep that in mind. Now, the very first part there under my information there at the top of the syllabus is the course description, rationale, and outcomes. Those three things I'm going to kind of talk about at one time because they're all very, very closely tied together. All right. Basically, in this course, we're going to learn about the laws and regulations and so forth that govern business, that pertain to business. So, and of course, it's important to make sure, in order to operate effectively as a business long term, you've got to make sure you do things by the laws and regulations that are out there, both at the local level, state level, and federal level. You've got to make sure that you're abiding by the laws and regulations. Otherwise, you won't be in business very long. And so it's important to understand all the legal concepts that are important to business. So one of the things that we'll look at this semester and spend a lot of time on, because it's very critical to understand in business, is contracts. We're going to look at contract laws, all the various aspects that go along with contracts. We'll also look at things like commercial paper, debts and creditors, remedies for business disputes. We'll also look at federal regulation and other similar topics that deal with business law concepts. All right. Now, so that's the basic course description. The rationale for taking a class like this, I've already kind of talked about it just in general, is that for a business to be successful long term, and sometimes even short term, you've got to make sure you're doing things legally. All right, both when you're interacting with customers, from interacting with suppliers through contracts and so forth, dealing with employees. That's also one that we'll talk about towards the end of the semester. So there are several different groups in society that business deals with and contracts with in various ways. And so we need to make sure that we are on top of understanding all of those legal concepts that are part of business. Okay? So we will spend the whole semester basically just looking at the legal environment of business, all that entails. Okay? And of course, under outcomes there, it kind of, again, just kind of lists off some of the same things I've been talking about. So just kind of read through that. Let me know if you have any questions. I don't want to spend, waste your time reading it to you. Just look through it. If you have questions, just let me know. But I think most of you can kind of understand the importance of knowing about the laws that pertain to business and the basic concepts that we're going to learn about in this class. So, like I said, if you have questions about that, just let me know. All right. The next item on the syllabus is the textbook required materials. All right. So, the textbook for this class is called Law for Business, 19th edition. It shows the ISBN number there and the authors. Make sure that when you go to purchase your textbook, no matter what source you use, whether it's the college bookstore or some other external source, online, whatever, make sure that you take this information with you about the textbook and that you get the correct textbook for this class. All right, we will be using the textbook throughout the course, and so it's critical that you get your textbook as soon as possible. All right, now this is what the textbook looks like. Normally, there's a little thumbnail that shows what the textbook looks like on the syllabus. For some reason, there's not a thumbnail for this particular class, but this is what the textbook looks like. Okay, so just make sure that you get the correct textbook for the class. Okay. And in addition to the textbook, since this is an online class, you're going to need a reliable computer and internet connection, either at home, or if you don't have that at home, then you'll need to come to one of the campuses and use the computer labs on campus to do your work for this class. Okay? So just let me know if you have any questions about that. All right, the next item on the syllabus is the methods of instruction. And since this is an online class, obviously everything will be done electronically. We will be doing everything in Ozarka. So from your assignments to your discussions to your tests and exams, all of that will be done online. So just kind of read through the methods of instruction there. Just let me know if you have any questions. And then the next item there on the syllabus is probably the most important part of the syllabus, just because this is what outlines how your grade's going to be determined in this class. What percentage each set of activities is going to be as part of your final course grade. So you'll notice there are basically 5 things that are going to comprise your grade for this class. And it shows to the right of each one of those there, it shows the percentage that each one's going to represent as your final course grade. So you've got assignments, discussions, chapter test, a midterm exam, and a final exam. Okay? So, and I'm not going to read each one of those to you. They're pretty well self-explanatory. So just read through each one of those. I've got a paragraph there on the syllabus for each one of those. Just read through those and just let me know if you have any questions. Okay? All right. The next item on the syllabus is the grading scale. And this is the standard grading scale that you see in most classes. So just look through that. Let me know if you have any questions. All right. Next item is the makeup policy. Basically, for all of my classes that I teach, including this one, what I do is I basically have a policy of no makeup work allowed unless there's a special circumstance. So if you, during the course of the semester, whether it's at the very beginning of the semester when you're trying to get your textbook, and that may delay some of your activities, or during another part of the semester, if you think that there is some special circumstance that I need to consider you turning something in late, just let me know. Just send me a course mail, and I will be glad to look at that on an individual basis and make a decision on that. But just in general, what I try to do is give you plenty of time to get the work submitted on time according to the course schedule. And so it has to be a special circumstance for me to be able to allow you to turn something in late. Okay? But, you can always, if you're unsure whether your case is something that should be considered, just email me. Let me know. Be real descriptive of what is going on so that I can make a good determination as to whether I can give you some extra time or not. All right? So just read through the makeup policy there. And then the rest of this, well, let's see. Attendance policy, the only thing I'll say on that is make sure that you're logging into Ozarka and into this course at least once a day. That's kind of the bare minimum that you should be as far as participating and in the course. If nothing else, when you log in at least once a day, you're able to kind of remind yourself of upcoming due dates and just kind of stay on top of things. Like if I've posted something on the announcements page, then you're able to see that in a timely manner and so forth. So just you don't have to spend a huge amount of time every day, but just at least log in, look and see if there's anything there that you need to be aware of or that you need to ask questions about, and just to kind of stay on track. All right, stay on top of things. All right, so that's the attendance policy. Just kind of read through that. Let me know if you have questions. Academic integrity. The main thing for this class is make sure that you're using your own words, all right, and that you're answering all the questions, doing all your work answering everything thoroughly using your own words. So that means that you want to make sure you don't violate the academic integrity policy of the college. And on that section of the syllabus, it shows what the potential outcomes may be if you do violate that policy. Okay, so just kind of let me know if you have questions about that. The main thing is just make sure you're using your own words, that you're not using AI to generate answers and then just submitting that without putting it in your own words, that you're not just copying stuff from web pages and using it as your own. Everything that you turn in for this class should be your own work. Okay, so just kind of be aware of that. All right, and then the last few parts of the course syllabus, I'm just going to let you read through. Those are just kind of things that are pretty well self-explanatory. So just read through the rest of that. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, so that's the course syllabus. Again, I went over it very quickly. I didn't go over a lot of detail, and that's why it's important for you. It's a responsibility of yours as a student to go through and use the first week of class to read through that course syllabus carefully and make sure if you have any questions that you ask those questions as soon as possible so that we can get everything cleared up before we start working on chapter activities from the textbook. Okay? So just kind of be real, just make sure that you know how important it is to read through that syllabus and understand what's in it. All right? All right. The other link over here on the left-hand side of the page that I want to show you today is the activities link. This is the link that you're going to use most often as you go through this course this semester because it has all of the activities, basically all the assignments and discussions and tests and so forth that you're going to be working on this semester that's going to make up your course grade. So let's go ahead and click on activities. And you'll notice everything on the activities page is broken down into weeks. And it goes from Monday through Sunday. Or no, actually it goes from Sunday through Saturday. I'm sorry. Sunday through Saturday. And so you'll notice under week 1, I've got 2 items there. I've got a getting started link and an introduce yourself link. The getting started link, let's go ahead and click on that. Basically what that is that's a place where I've provided some basic information for this course, like a link to the syllabus that I just showed you. There's also a link to the textbook information for this class. And the third item there is a link to the schedule for this class, which is basically just a Word document that I created. It's basically a table that lists all the activities and the corresponding due dates. And the reason I provide that is I know some students like to have something that has all the due dates on it that they can print out, that's formatted for printable documents that they can put with their textbook and then mark off the activities as they do them. You don't have to use that schedule. It's just there for convenience purposes. All of the activities for the class are on the activities page and all the due dates. Again, that Word version of the schedule is just an additional item that I provide just for a convenience factor of because I know some students like to have that they can print and put with their textbook. Okay, so that's the getting started section there. All right, and then the other item under week 1 is the introduce yourself discussion. And this is the only thing that's really due to, something that you have to turn in for the first week of class. So basically what you'll do is you'll read through my basic introduction here. Basically here on the introduce yourself discussion, I have provided an introduction to myself. I basically introduced myself to the class, told you a little bit about myself and so forth. And I want you to read through that and then click the reply button here at the bottom and type in information about yourself. Tell me obviously your name, your major, maybe some of the courses you're taking this semester, what your career goals are, your educational and your career goals, maybe some of your hobbies and interests and so forth. Whatever information you want to share with the class. So this introduce yourself discussion is just a way that we can kind of get to know each other a little bit better. You can get to know other students in the class a little bit, and then also get to know me as an instructor a little bit, and I get to know you as a student a little bit more. And it just kind of replaces, or it's designed to replace, what you would get in a traditional classroom where everybody's meeting at the same location. Okay? It's just a way for us to kind of get to know each other a little bit, because we will be doing online discussions that pertain to particular concepts, legal concepts, during the course of the semester. And so it's, I think, a good idea to have a basic understanding of basic information about each other a little bit before we do that, so that there's some context and so forth when we're doing our discussions. All right? So just that's the only thing really that's due the first week of class. So let's go back to the activities page here. So again, under week 1, there's nothing to turn in for the getting started activity there. That's an ungraded activity that's just got some links on it, like the syllabus and so forth, that I want you to look through. And then the introduce yourself discussion is the only thing that you'll actually submit for a grade the first week of class. Okay? And it is due by Friday, August 23rd, which is the Friday of the first week of class. Okay? So just let me know if you have questions about that. Now, the first set of chapter activities from the textbook that are due will be due during week 2 of the semester. And I do that on purpose so that you have more time to get your textbook for this class. And get your activities completed from the textbook in time to get them submitted for that first due date. So under week 2, you'll notice you've got the chapters 1 through 4, assignment, test, and discussion, that are all due by Tuesday, August 27th. Okay? So, and I'm not going to go into each one of those. I'm going to let you kind of explore each one of those when you have some time the first week of class. Just look through each one of those activities. If you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be glad to answer any questions you have. That reminds me, when you do have a question, probably the best way to contact me is through course mail. So over here on the left-hand side where you see the navigation links, just click on course mail and type in whatever questions you have that you want to ask me about. And I will check my course mail several times during the course of a day. And so usually if you send a course mail to me, especially if it's when I'm in my office during the week, I will normally get back to you within a couple of hours at the very most. Now, if it's on a weekend or late in the evening or during a holiday, it'll be a little bit longer than that. But I think you'll find my response time to your liking. I think I get back to you probably faster than the average person does. So just kind of keep that in mind. I like to get back to you very quickly as I can. So I think you'll like that. Let's see if there's anything else I need to point out. Yeah, like I said, if you do have any questions about the course, that course mail is the best way best thing to use to send me your questions and so forth. You can use the Ozarka, my main Ozarka email address, but the only problem with that is that I may not be able to get your name, your name as a student, or your the class that you're asking a question about from the information that it shows me when you send a mail, a message through Ozarka email. But if you'll send it through course mail, then it'll have all that pertinent information on it, and I'll be able to get back to you a lot quicker. Okay, so that's really all I have for you for today. So, like I said, I'm really looking forward to this class. I hope you have a great semester, and hope you learn a lot from this class, things that will help you in your career. So that's all I have for you for today. So I will talk to you next time. Thank you.